Welcome back to another episode of the Running Back Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Alexander, alongside Coach Ali.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
And of course, still joined to my right by the infamous Uncle E. What's going on, man?
What's going on to all of your smaller stream platforms? We got Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and soon, hopefully soon, Twitch. How y'all doing?
Can you shout out YouTube?
Yeah, sure we're not YouTubers now, so you know.
Okay. Really, really exciting show for you today. The NFL has heated up. People are still getting paid. Here we are, April 15th, and people still getting their money.
Yeah.
One team in particular that we'll be discussing is really making some big moves and also retaining players. First round of the NBA play-in is going on, so very excited to get into that and plenty of other topics today. So, Ali, do you want to take us into the first one?
We're going to talk about some NFL first. First things first, let's talk about Deebo Samuel. So, social media, it's a powerful tool for a lot of these athletes and celebrities. He scrubbed his 49ers content off his social media page. And
all of it?
At least a good chunk, at least. But the fans are not happy. They are calling him names, out-of-pocket names.
Hey, he's getting death threats.
He is not when you do a death threat or slur or any type of humiliation, like type of things for a social media thing or like people trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Like what does that say about your character?
People behind the keyboard are so tough. Like y'all would never say this to Deebo Samuel.
Y'all some middle schoolers. like
people on the keyboard so tough, bro.
Trigger fingers turn into Twitter fingers.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me.
Shout out Drake.
I don't know. It's interesting though. I mean, like we saw Kyler Murray do this a little bit earlier. Who he still hasn't gotten the contract.
They started this BS.
I mean, how do y'all feel about it? I mean, it's social media is supposed to be this, this tool of self-expression and everything like that. And, Deebo feels as though he deserves a certain level of compensation. And I can't hate on him for wanting his money. I would think we would all agree he's the second most important piece on that team behind George Kittle. So like, I don't know.
Second?
Yeah.
Second.
Who else?
Besides George Kittle, who else is being used more than?
No, I was gonna say Deebo might be the first, because he does more.
Yeah, I think George Kittle. I don't think that's crazy. Like George Kittle's a better player for sure, but more important,
I don't know.
I mean, Deebo goes in at running back when they do, and he puts up great numbers.
You're not about to tell me if it's in the red zone, right?
That's situational. We talking about more important that's better. George Kittle's better. But
y'all telling me if I need a catch or first, yes, you got Deebo Samuel, but like if George Kittle got them hands, bro.
But no. So if I need to get a first down, like if I'm 3rd and 4, I can hand it to Deebo Samuel.
I can also give a short slant to Kittle. He's gonna catch it. I can
give a short slant to Deebo.
Okay, we could argue about this the whole time, but we're not about to say.
But you know what I can't do? I can't direct snap it to George Kittle and let him run it.
You never tried, so how you know?
Do you think if that was possible, Shanahan wouldn't have done it?
You never tried, so how you know? He was right here.
We talking about one of the greatest offensive minds that's currently coaching the game.
Listen. Kittle he's fragile. I ain't gonna lie. He get hurt a lot. So like, why would they put him at running back?
Deebo can do it, and he's
more durable. That's why.
George Kittle got 30 pounds, 40 pounds on Deebo.
And how many times George Kittle got hurt?
Hey,
all right then.
And you gonna tell me he's more important? You gotta learn to work without him because he ain't never there.
He ain't never there. That's a stretch.
All I'm saying is, bro, like he's probably number one because of his usage. Like
he probably
versatility on top of his.
Does he do kick returns?
He has. This past season, he was the only player in NFL history actually to throw, receive, rush for, and return a touchdown. Yeah.
Wow. Tell George Kittle to do that shit.
It wasn't crazy. It wasn't like it. Yeah.
I bet he threw the George Kittle.
It was a dot though. Like
yeah, I bet he threw the George
Kittle. It wasn't a super long throw.
Who else he gonna throw it to?
It was like
he
not out there. You gonna throw it to Brandon Ayuk or something? Come on, man.
Hey, Brandon Ayuk had a
Brandon Ayuk is a downfield guy though.
But hey, if you see his fantasy numbers, he had a great year.
Man, seen Deebo Samuel's fantasy?
Yeah, oh God.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think he deserves his money, and go ahead, man.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing. Like every
Sound
like
like you about to
no,
disagree.
listen. Hear me out.
Contradictory.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Every player in the NFL, MLB, NBA, soccer, golf, whatever, you get your money's worth.
Right.
You're not playing this sport forever.
Right.
Get as many dollars as you can while you're still healthy, alive, and can still play this game.
Right.
The reason why I'm going to side with the 49ers on this one, right? They got this man for 2 more years, right? After this season, or this season and then next year.
It's because he's 2018, or 2019. So yes, 2 more years after this season.
Okay, so listen. I don't have to pay him right now, right? I could. He's gonna get his money. There's no question they're not gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him his money. It's just this. 49ers are dumb enough not. If they don't pay him at all, they're idiots. But if I got 1 more year to pay you, I'm gonna take that chance. I'm gonna save money right now, right? Hear me out. It's all about cap space. They don't have they have a good amount of cap space right now. But if I have a chance to just bargain right now for this season and then pay you next year, I'm gonna try to do that.
What I will offer as a counter to that, historically, other than 2020, the cap space has gone up, or the cap has gone up every year.
So yeah,
with new TV deals, with all of this stuff, with new marketing, and as the NFL grows its brand, that cap goes up. Players are making more, right? You are running the risk of having to probably pay him even more.
Yeah.
Now, granted, and right now you're cap strapped. You still have Jimmy G on the roster. You have a first round pick, Trey Lance, who's going to be due $11 million next year. You have Nick Bosa. You got Fred Warner. You got Jimmy Ward. You got a lot of guys making a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
Not Armstead. Their other right tackle who's making I think 17. You got a lot of money to be spent. And if I can extend this guy who I know I plan on keeping now, why wouldn't I do that when it's cheaper? Now, he could get hurt or something, and then you could have that in the argument to be like, oh, well, we're going to pay you X amount. But if he goes out, has another 1,400-yard season receiving, another 600-yard.
Another completion.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And another 1-for-1 completion with a touchdown, you're going to have to come up off that check anyway. Because you're not drafting.
It's a great point. Go ahead.
So you're not drafting that again. There's a lot of great receivers in this upcoming draft and everything.
Probably
like
one
that.
of the strongest ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't drafting another Deebo Samuel. So
I'm gonna see your point. It was good arguments, man. So it's always a good chance to argue both sides. So hopefully the 49ers know what they're doing. It's John Lynch, right?
yeah,
John Lynch, figure that out.
do you, fam?
Yeah, so don't whatever you do not lose that man. If you lose that man, y'all lost his whole.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, so we all agree. If you lose this man, this is dumb.
I mean, the worst thing that could happen is him not wanting to suit up.
Yeah, so
Another
I mean,
Le'Veon
to be
Bell
honest,
thing.
yeah, 49ers do have leverage here because if he sets out, he's gonna lose money. Ain't nobody want to try to be like Ben Simmons losing money.
Well, he would lose some, but he's got a fair bit of money guaranteed.
Yeah, I understand, but
nobody's gonna give back money.
You want to risk five figures every time you don't play a
Yeah, I
day.
feel that.
Yeah, so practice is 5 days a week, and 5 times let's say $50,000 a day.
Yeah.
That's $250,000. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So
I mean, I wouldn't leave $250,000.
yeah, I ain't trying to lose $250,000 in 1 week. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, hopefully Fortnite, like I said, hopefully they can get that situated before training camp starts. Because once training camp starts, it gets a little harder to negotiate because people have a different tasks to do during training camp. Moving on, we're gonna talk about Derek Carr extension.
He got a bag.
Yes,
Happy for Derek Carr too. I
And-
feel like he deserves this money.
yeah. I mean, I think Derek Carr is a very good quarterback. I think he can be. He has elitish quality sometimes, but he's just not as consistent.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, and that's not as consistent as the elite quarterbacks in terms of prime time, but He has those qualities.
You know, I think that's the first time I've ever heard somebody like accurately depict Derek Carr. He's elite-ish. Cause like he's got moments where he's out there on the field and he looks like a top 3 quarterback. Like
even in the final game of the season when they went to the playoffs, I was like, this is a very great quarterback.
But then like, you know, he has other games where it's just like,
Okay, the Bengals game, he didn't have elitish. The next game, he was not elitish. He was just okay. He was good, but like he wasn't like in playoffs. You gotta be elite. Yeah, at least play up to that.
I think he's just the byproduct of the quarterback market. I don't think this money is a reflection of how good he is. I really don't think he's that. He's a very good quarterback. That
not elite-ish.
No, if anything, he's like.
Because I would consider elite-ish like on the outskirts of the top 10.
You think?
Okay, yeah, outskirts.
So,
of the top 10,
so
yeah.
you thinking there's 10 quarterbacks are better than Derek Carr right now?
By a mile. You could argue.
I don't know about a mile, but probably.
We could probably.
So he's number 11
right
or 12 right now.
I think he's probably 11.
I think we can name 10 way better off rip.
Oh, yeah, off rip. Go ahead, off rip.
All right, let's go. There's Deshaun Watson. There's Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Keep going. Still stutter. Come on.
Yeah, I know. But remember names is hard. Okay. Then you guys, Bills quarterback,
Josh Allen.
Right. You got Russell Wilson. You got Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady's still here. You got
4 more.
You said 1 more?
4 more.
Oh, 4 more. Okay.
Sorry, 4 more.
Who else you got? You got Ryan Tannehill.
You just said Ryan Tannehill is better than Derek Carr. No. I'm not.
What seed?
It don't matter.
No.
What seed?
It's because of 22.
No, I'm not debating Ryan Tannehill. But no, Derek Carr is better than. No,
Derek Carr is better than Ryan Tannehill.
Derek Carr is better than Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
That's not. I think that's wild that you put him in the top.
Wild.
You put him in the top 10. You said Ryan Tannehill. You just said
wild.
You just said Ryan Tannehill is the 7th best quarterback in the NFL.
I'm not in particular order. I'm just saying he's a top 10.
He's a top 10 quarterback. Ryan Tannehill.
I mean, I had a better name. I would say Kyler Murray.
That's a little too soon.
But
Kyler Murray was an MVP candidate. What are you talking about? He made a Pro Bowl.
He just put Ryan Tannehill in there.
You saying Ryan Tannehill is better than Kyler Murray?
Is that what you're saying?
I want to put Kyler Murray. Oh, you know what? We're not even putting like direct order. I'll put him at 10. All right, there you go.
Ryan Tannehill is top 10. That's an unfathomable statement you just made. Ryan Tannehill is not a top 10 quarterback. He's not.
Is.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
So you said Aaron Rodgers. Oh, okay. So you said Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Then you got Mahomes.
Oh yeah, that's A right there.
That's surprising. Mahomes, you took you forever to say Mahomes' name.
Bucks is Brady. Then we talking Russ, Matt Stafford.
Oh, that's 9, and then
Ryan, no, it's 8 because Ryan Tannehill's not on this list.
No, I put Kyler Murray.
Okay, Ryan Tannehill's not on this list.
I think him and Justin Herbert are like the same player. I think Justin Herbert's just younger.
Who? Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Justin Herbert's fantastic though.
I mean, they went toe for toe.
That he's better though.
Yeah, they went toe for toe in that game, in the final game. So I can't say he's much better.
You right.
So
if we put Justin Herbert in, then Derek Carr would be number 11. But if we don't, then Derek Carr would be number 10.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill. No, that's for sure.
I'm not even.
Are we negating Dak Prescott here?
I don't. Because
the numbers don't lie. Dak Prescott.
Yes, they do.
They inflated his numbers so much.
The numbers lie.
Because in the game that he broke the record for most touchdowns in the season, they threw the ball too many times. They were just throwing it. Hopefully he completed. He never played that last drive. They was only winning.
So you're saying Dak Prescott isn't better than Derek Carr?
No.
I think a lot of these guys you just like.
No.
You know what I'd say?
They're on the same level.
You know who's on the same? Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins are on the same level.
No.
Yeah, no. He's number 10.
No.
Or no. He's number 11.
No.
He's
you
number
just
11.
said Kirk Cousins is the same level as Derek Carr. No.
Yes.
No, he's not.
Because definitively, like I said, you have Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
So let's go down the list on the names. Eric Zone Connors. Is that
Right,
Kyler?
so Kyler.
Okay.
Yes.
No order, right?
No order.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, Lamar's better.
Now Atlanta. Buffalo.
Josh Allen's better.
We do Bengals.
Joe Burrow is, as of right now, yes, he is.
I mean,
As it stands, he is clearly better, and that would make him 12.
Clearly better. That's a stretch.
but yeah, I mean,
The same reasons why we would say Kyler Murray, we can say for Joe Burrow.
That's facts. Joe Burrow was just in the Super Bowl and was all pro. So,
All right. Not Bears. Not Browns. Browns. Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. I forgot. Deshaun Watson.
Clearly.
so not
He's
Dak.
a Derek Carr Raiders fan.
Not Cowboys. No.
Not Dak. Russ
is
6.
Detroit. No. Houston. No.
No.
Packers. Rodgers.
better.
Not Colts. Rams.
Matt Stafford is better.
Not Jaguars. Minnesota.
No.
Chiefs. Yes.
Mahomes is better.
No Saints. We're talking about Derek Carr right now. Right. Not Giants. Clippers. Chargers.
I would say because Justin Herbert's younger, I would say he's better. I think they're at the same time, and I think Justin Herbert is more talented. But they've had like the same amount of moments.
Yeah.
So
not Eagles. No. Not Miami.
No.
Not 49ers.
No.
Not Patriots.
Nope.
Not Seattle anymore.
Nope.
Not Jets.
Oh, Tom Brady is.
Tom
better.
Brady is.
So that's 11.
Not Steelers. Not Commanders. Not Titans.
So that would put him at 12.
Okay.
Look at that.
Now Ryan Tannehill though.
That's
I think that's
elite-ish,
debatable.
just outside the top 10.
It's not a debate.
It's not a debate.
I'm not debating Ryan Tannehill. No.
You had more of a debate with Kirk Cousins, and like the fact that you're dying on the Ryan Tannehill hill is killing me.
No.
The Tannehill hill. Yeah, Mountain might work a little bit better, or you could just say dying on the Ryan Tannehill. And I reckon with that.
On to the next.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about Baker Mayfield and his podcast interview.
Very, very interesting interview. So he was on the You Never Know podcast.
Wait, before you go, you think we could get him here? I feel like we could just.
Not that you be talking about him. If he listens to one episode of you bad mouthing Baker Mayfield, he's not going for it.
It's not like I'm asking, dude from Denver Nuggets to come here. I don't even.
Denver Nuggets?
Aaron Gordon.
Eric Gordon. No, not Aaron Gordon. Yeah, that's
Aaron Gordon or Blake Griffin.
Yeah, both of them. Now we asking, Baker, Cleveland guy currently.
I feel like we gotta get more to a different location before we get some bigger names like that.
Hey man, at this point he'll take whatever interview to slander Cleveland, and we will be one of those guys.
All right, Aaron, go ahead with the details of the
podcast. There were a lot of quotes to grab from this interview. First, so it was an hour and a half total, and they detailed everything from his days at Oklahoma and all this other stuff. Quite a carrying on. They definitely weren't prepared for the interview. However, some things that were said. So he mentioned that he felt disrespected by the Browns, and we'll start there. They asked him, did he feel disrespected? He said 100% because he was told one thing and then they completely did another. So we'll start with that one. I feel like because the reports came out when Andrew Berry said we intend as of now to move forward with Baker Mayfield. It's literally what he said. As of now doesn't mean I'm not going to go and get better. And when Deshaun Watson became available, guess what? They went and got better. So I feel like how I just don't feel like this is a good look for him more than anything else. But I don't know. What y'all think?
You go first, Ali.
So on a quote when he says he felt disrespected, I agree to an extent what he's feeling at that part of the interview. Let's say I was talking to Aaron off the air, but I'm gonna do it again. The analogy. Let's say someone comes to you and say, "All right, I'm gonna make you CEO. We're gonna move forward and make you CEO of so company." And then a few days later, they go out and find a different CEO. And be like, you know what? We're gonna go with this man. Just because, obviously he has better stats and better resume. That's cool, right? But if you tell me I'm gonna be CEO of a certain company, and then go out and get another CEO, I feel like it's kind of a spin in the face. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about I understand the past stats and the past results, whatever. I understand that part. But like, if you tell me, "Oh, make you CEO," and then get somebody else to be CEO, you're not gonna feel disrespected.
Okay, but let me add, I'll reverse the question on you. Let's say you are the CEO, right? And you're hiring people to do things for you. And this person who was in place when you already got there isn't doing what's supposed to be done. Now the board looking at you funny and is like, fam, we put all of this stuff in place. We got you the best possible talent, the best people to do this job and that job and all of that, and you decided to keep this person in place, and now we're underperforming where our expectations are. In the corporate world, that gets CEOs fired. Well, step down.
Or resign, yeah.
So I feel like as a GM, Andrew Berry didn't draft Baker Mayfield. Remember, it was John Dorsey and that whole crew.
I understand the loyalty part about that. I get that. But if you tell me one thing and they do another thing,
are you putting your job on the line for somebody who's not doing what should be getting done?
If I'm just saying, I'm talking about the fact that he tells you one thing and then does another.
But if you're Andrew Berry,
no, listen. I understand. If you get another CEO, that's fine. That's cool. But don't tell me you're gonna stick with me and then go somewhere else. And that's the only part. That's the only part I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the results part. I understand what you're saying, but if you tell me one thing and do another thing, that's just like, why do that? If you just get someone else, that's cool. Like, all right, I didn't do my job. Boom, get somebody else. That's cool. If you didn't have that conversation about me being CEO in the future and then get somebody else.
Okay. Again, one more analogy. So let's say, right, I tell you, yeah, I'm gonna make you CEO, right? I like how you've been doing things and everything like that.
See, that makes it worse.
And as of right now, my plan is to make you CEO. We've had some rocky times, but I'm gonna make you CEO, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, a guy who has a full track record of success at a company that do the same thing that we do, he's now looking for a new position. He's looking for a new job. And he's looking at me like, hey, I can come and step in and do everything that you're looking for in a CEO. Are you not going to go with that other guy? Because remember, you didn't hire this guy. You didn't hire this person that's already in place that you're promoting to CEO. You inherited him. But if you got a chance to get a better CEO, are you not going to do that?
No, I would do that, but just the conversation of telling me I'm going to do this and then do the other thing. That's the disrespectful part. It's not I don't think he's more mad that they went after it. It's the fact that they told me that I was going to do this, but now they flipped it over.
What you think?
So yeah,
talk to me. Okay, so what Aaron said about where he talking about as of now, that's the sticking point for me.
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is, we're gonna roll with you, but don't guarantee it. Like
if he said that, that's different. But I don't.
He said as of now.
No. But he said about the guarantee part. Like,
no, but that's what as of now. That's what that means.
It's not guaranteed.
Right now, yeah, I plan on moving forward with you right now because I don't have a better option.
Think about it this way. Imagine like you at work and like, as of now, we plan on you working 8 hours. Fact. But that doesn't mean they can tell you, hey man, we did say you was gonna work 8, but you could go home.
Okay.
Or even worse, they could be like, you gotta stay longer. You see what I'm saying? But that as of now was contextual to telling him that, hey, you're only here if we don't find anyone better.
I feel like if that conversation never happened, I don't think he's on this podcast saying I'm just. That's all.
You know what? This is what like typical Baker retaliation feels like. So I kind of assumed he was going to be outlandish.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying. I support this Watson move. I'm riding the Watson train. Like,
I hope you would. I hope
that's top 5 quarterback right there.
Can you imagine? Like,
that's top 5 quarterback right there.
Debatable, but yeah.
He's top 5. So
I mean,
last time we seen him,
yeah.
So the next thing that was said, so he started talking about being booed at home games.
Oh, well, he was playing poorly, so
and I
expected the Browns fans to boo somebody for playing poorly.
He then said, basically like, I'm at work, I would love to show up to somebody's cubicle and just boo the shit out of them.
He said that?
Yes, he really said that.
That's not remotely the same scenario because
I get it.
Nobody working in a cubicle is gonna make $19 million this year.
Oh, bro, that was probably one of the best things I've heard. Like to come out that man mouth, bro.
Bro, I'd love to go to somebody's cubicle and just boot. Like, what are you even?
Philly fans are the same way. New York fans are the same way.
Bro, all fans are the same way.
If you play mediocre or bad, they're gonna bully you, bro. Especially if you're a number one pick. The number one, it's not a number one quarterback. No, number one quarterback off the board. It's the first name that out of Roger Goodell's mouth was Baker Mayfield. We're expecting you to. I understand you got us a playoff win. Congratulations, but you're supposed to be contending for playoffs every season,
and they gave you more.
Well, after the first year, but
like you won that playoff game, and then they gave you more talent. Like it's not like the 2021 season they strapped the team. Like they added pieces, they drafted well, and brought more weapons to that team. So yes, the idea is to go back. And it's not only to play poorly, but in the context of watching those games, like that loss to Green Bay where you have thrown 3 interceptions and you still have a chance to win the game against Aaron Rodgers is crazy.
Yeah,
and then you throw a 4th one.
There was 5 games that season we should have won. It was 1 possession games we could have won, but we choked.
Remember that game against Baltimore where Lamar threw 4 picks and still won it?
That game irritates me so much. That was the worst game he ever played, and he still found a way to score.
I had never seen such a dominant defensive performance from that team.
The defense played. They could play no better.
And we lost the game.
The defense could play no better. Like we stopped Lamar Jackson from being Lamar Jackson.
Like he didn't run anywhere. He wasn't throwing the ball well. They had the receiver. Like it's not just about, because you're not going to tell me that the 2021 Cincinnati Bengals were a more talented team than healthy 2021 Browns. That's false. The defense is miles better. The offensive line is one of the best in football, and
both top 10 in the league.
And yeah, you have Jamar Chase. Fair. You have the better receiver. But then when it gets to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th best guy, like you have 2 all-pro running backs in the backfield.
Best running back, the
best running back duo in the league. Yeah. Like the 3rd, maybe 4th for some people, best running back, and then I don't know where people put Kareem Hunt these days, maybe like 10, 11 somewhere.
Top half of the league.
Yeah, absolutely top half of the league. But the best duo, and you're losing these games, all you have to do is not give the ball away. So it was interesting, like, and like, bro, it's sport. You've played football your whole life. You haven't heard people get booed before? Like that's part of it.
I'm sure he got booed in Oklahoma.
Like that's part of the gig, bro. Like, does it suck? Yeah. Like I get it. Like it's not ideal, and like some sports fans can take it too far with the, like Ali was talking about with Deebo Samuel, with the death threats, with the racial remarks. That stuff is taking it too far. But booing, dog, that's a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I want to take out of this is a lot of things he could have done better that he chose not to do, right? So these comments about, I wish I could go to someone's cubicle. I mean, as funny as that is, and that's hilarious, right? The sport of football and an office job are not equivalent
in the slightest,
right? And the fact of the matter is, the fans make up your money. You can't,
Yeah, you ain't getting that 19 mil typing and submitting reports.
You see, and at the same
time,
get
1900 for that.
you gotta be well aware that you in a income where or in a career path that is like things that happen. If anything, people be like, I don't want to get injured. But you just not playing good.
Go. You finished?
I think Baker Mayfield has, been given graciously a lot more time than he should have in Cleveland.
I think 4 years is an adequate amount of time to perform, to get an extension.
Yeah, because and even during the success, right? You look at last year, it's a shortcoming.
Yeah.
Like
Even the last game of the season last year.
The game against the Chiefs, like, yes.
We could have won that game.
Was there a bad call on Rashard Higgins? Cool, yeah. But that happened in the second quarter.
You're still down by a touchdown. And Mahomes is out.
And they get you a pick. Chad Henne's second throw when he comes into the game, he throws a pick. Like, so you got the ball back. And then you go out and get 3 and out. It just can't happen.
I think when his career is said and done, I think he'd be teetering on bust.
I mean,
That's the number 1 pick. I'll agree. If he was a 3rd round pick, I don't think we have a conversation at all.
No, but he's about to join some very unfriendly company of Jamarcus Russell as one of the few number 1 picks to not
Jamarcus
play.
Russell's number 2. Jamarcus Russell's number 2. Pretty sure he's number 2 pick.
No, he's number 1.
Yeah. That's still bad.
He's joining Jamarcus Russell as he's going to be one of the first. I think he's going to be the 3rd ever number 1 overall pick to not play out his rookie contract.
That's awful.
And so,
who's the other one?
Something like offensive lineman, but yeah. And then his final quote that got the news buzzing, because they asked him, "Is there anywhere specifically he would like to go?" And he mentioned that he would like to go to Seattle.
Or Seattle's most likely destination, he said.
But do you think Seattle wants him?
I mean, I'll take Baker Mayfield over Drew Lock any day of the week.
No, for sure. They just signed somebody.
Hey,
Not better than Baker Mayfield, healthy.
Hey, this draft, you look out for Seattle. Look
I'm
out.
about to say they're probably going to draft.
No, all the good quarterbacks probably taken. They have a late pick, don't they? No.
No,
I thought they traded away their pick and got something else. That's why.
but they got Denver's pick back. Oh, no, who else did they bring back?
But I would want to say this one thing. I do think the Browns could have done a better job managing the season with the quarterback situation because Baker Mayfield was injured, right? We had Case Keenum for these situations, right?
Not hearing it.
You're not about to tell me a 50% Baker Mayfield is better than 100% Case Keenum.
They're watching Baker Mayfield in practice. Like, I hear you, and yeah, it makes sense.
This man has a cast on his arm.
He
cannot throw the ball
They are
down the field.
watching him in practice. They're watching him every single day in practice. You not watching, I'm not watching, E not watching, the media out there isn't watching. Kevin Stefanski is watching Baker Mayfield every single day in practice. He's watching both of these guys throw to the receivers, go through progressions, go through the whole playbook, and for whatever reason, regardless of how we feel, he felt like Baker Mayfield was the better option. And if you go out there, injury or not, if you out there, you're healthy. You can play it up to the fan. You can play it up, and it's not to say his injury is invalid or anything like that. But if you're out there playing, that's not you good enough to play. So what him? You don't like. I don't think Kevin Stefanski has anything against Case Keenum. He loves Case Keenum. That's why he's here. And so if he was to...
He didn't give him a chance on that at all.
I'm pretty sure he played a game.
He played 3 games.
Oh.
And you know what he did in those 3 games? Threw interceptions.
So did Baker Mayfield.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, though.
What do you mean?
But that's what I'm saying. If he's watching him play and he sees a healthy Case Keenum and an injured Baker Mayfield, you don't think he's like... You don't think he knows better? Or you think you know better than the coach of the year, the 2020 coach of the year?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm with Ali on this part. I just think you got to play in mind that, you don't want him to get hurt even. Like, cause wasn't he like nursing like 4 injuries?
Yeah, he had a knee injury, a shoulder injury,
the foot.
a foot. Like this man is battered, and you going
Dog.
Case Keenum was the healthy quarterback.
If anything, he should be mentioning that in the interview. Like, I'm mad at Cleveland because they made me play through this.
I don't think it was a made you play though.
It was, man. Come on, man.
How?
Come
if
on.
Baker Mayfield says I'm not gonna play, How are they gonna make him go play? We literally saw AB take off his jersey and run off the field, and he's a wide receiver. He's not a quarterback because he was hurt. We've seen running backs refuse to go in for downs because they've been hurt.
Okay, Keenum was 3-1 this year. Touchdown rate, the interception. He was the one interception this year.
You know what? That sounds.
What's the completion percentage though?
65.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I mean,
That's okay. It's a good.
Who was the games against?
I mean, I don't know, but it's not.
I'm sure he won one of those games.
I think he won 2.
No, Nick Chubb won one of those games.
Well, no matter.
Both of those games.
It's down on his record. It's down
All
on his
I'm
record.
saying is, you play the safe route. If you lose with Case Keenum, at least in return, you're getting a much healthier Baker Mayfield.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you play those
I'm not
odds.
saying you don't play him the whole season, right? You play him 3 weeks, boom. Casey, you don't play him these next 3 weeks. Baker, you get healthy, and then that's it.
What was changing over those 3 weeks? It's a torn labrum. That's not.
That's why
in
you
3
have
weeks.
Nick Chubb. That's why you have other guys, other skilled.
See, that's even worse. I think they should have did the surgery quick. Let him.
That's what I was thinking. They should have did it as soon as he got hurt after week 3,
He said no.
and that's why he's gone.
Okay, but you proving
There are a lot of reasons why he's
but you're proving
And
my
it helped
point.
his case.
But I'm saying you're proving my point. Though.
Because
What I'm saying,
how long did the surgery take, and how long? Like
I mean,
his
they
rehab
say he'll be ready to go for the start of the season.
So what was that, 6 weeks?
A torn labrum usually is like an 8 to 10 week healing process.
So he got hurt week 2. After week 3, he played week 3, right, to see if he's
played
good.
week 3, yeah.
So
And then they
after
sat him
week
down.
3, he gets a surgery. It's 17 games in the season now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say 10 weeks from now, that's the maximum, right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes back week 13, week 14, and he plays the last 4 games. He's healthy. You telling me
Do you think those last 4 games matter with Case Keenum?
Case Keenum will get you a 500 record?
That's not.
It was worse than what Baker did.
What I am saying, they want to win games. They watched the 2 of them practice, and they looked at everything they had. And they
I
said
still feel
that
like you disrespecting Case Keenum. Like he can't give you a 500 record.
I'm not saying that he can't. What I'm saying, that's what Kevin Stefanski told you. He told you that healthy Case Keenum is worse than 50%, 40%, whatever percent Baker Mayfield. Regardless of how logical it is, he's watching them take the snaps. And whatever's happening in practice ain't getting it done to get him out there on the field. That's his protege. That's his guy. He got him all through Minnesota. Case Keenum has played football under Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland and in Minnesota a combined of like 6 years or something like that. If he thought for a second that Case Keenum was better, why wouldn't he put him out there?
So after week 3, right? Let's say he gets surgery after week 3. So we got they say week 14 they was 7-6. Case Keenum got you 7-6.
Cap.
Case Keenum could get you 76. That's how I see. Like I said, you disrespecting Case Keenum.
I'm not disrespecting
Yes, you are.
Case
It's
Keenum.
okay, Case Keenum. You disrespecting. Put some respect on Case Keenum's name.
Kevin Stefanski is disrespecting Case Keenum.
No. You're saying right now saying Case Keenum can get you a 7-6 record.
You said, okay, hold on.
I think Case
7-6. He can't get you above average.
hold on.
A 76 record. What?
I think he could get you 5 and 8.
Clearly Kevin Stefanski ain't think so.
5
That's
and
what-
8's like good enough for Case Keenum.
Because it was 3-1 after week 3. They were 2-1 after 3. That's 3.
2-1, yeah.
And then they went 5-5. Case Keenum can go 5-5 in 10 weeks.
Apparently not.
Man, you're bugging. Case Keenum can definitely get you 5-5
Fam.
in 10
If
games.
Case Keenum could have got, why wasn't he out there? If they thought
That's
he could,
my point. I think the Browns set up Baker Mayfield for that.
you think they set him up? You think they put their jobs at risk to prove a point?
Man, Stefanski was not about to get fired after this season.
Why weren't they? If he's is underperforming,
He wasn't going to get fired.
how? How can you say that with a cop? You trust that Jimmy and D Haslam are going to make rational decisions?
They wasn't going to fire Kevin Stefanski.
Why?
I just don't know. I can't
They were talking about firing him this year.
They wasn't going to fire him.
Like
They wasn't going to fire him. I don't think they was going to fire him.
they are watching
But
this
I
man.
think Case Keenum could definitely get
They
5-5.
are watching.
He get 5-5 for
They
sure.
are watching this man play. They are watching them take the snap. So he gets hurt in this Houston game.
And then he plays, and
They're-
they lose.
Look, they're beating Chicago for sure. I'm unsure about them pulling out the win at Minnesota. And then and then we're talking about him being very beat up. He put up 42 in that Los Angeles game.
And still cost us the game.
No, he didn't cost the game. Grant Delpit cost us the game.
Well,
how is he healthy enough to throw for 305 in that game?
Case Keenum does that.
No, he can't. Case Keenum cannot. He's never been a deep ball talent, even in his prime. And then they're losing to Arizona. I don't think they pull out. I don't think Case Keenum wins that. Case Keenum won the Denver game. Then you have Pittsburgh again, which if they thought after coming off a win, if they thought Case Keenum was better after he just won a game, they would have put him out there against Pittsburgh.
I think you understand this man. Case Keenum could got you 5.
If they thought Case Keenum could win the game against the worst Steelers team we have seen in years, he just won a game in Denver the week before. And guess what they said? No.
And then again, why did we win against the Steelers?
It doesn't matter.
That's the question.
Then we lost because of bad quarterback play.
Oh, okay then.
But if they thought that the dude who just won the week before,
they scored 15 points and we still lost.
If they thought that he could have won this game after he just beat Denver, guess where he would have been at? Out there playing. Because you know what he did when he played the next game? He put up 81 yards.
Who?
Case Keenum. Against New England.
Didn't Baker play that game?
No.
The whole team was bad.
But now it's the whole team. When it's a win, it's the quarterback.
Listen, he could get 5 and 5. That's only 5 losses
for 81 yards. That's not good enough to get it done.
Listen.
That's a better, and Pittsburgh has a better defense than New England. And you know what they said? They looked at that and said, "No, we are not going to let that ride."
You said Pittsburgh had a better defense than New England?
Yes.
New England?
TJ Watt is better than anybody they have. Minka Fitzpatrick is better than anybody that they have. Devin Bush is better than anybody that they have. The top 3 players are all on Pittsburgh's side. Yes, their defense is better. Cam Hayward is probably like the 5th or 6th best player when you go on both defenses.
But yet, they almost lost. But
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He put up 81 yards against the worst defense.
The worst defense?
A worst defense.
A worse defense. The Patriots wasn't blitzing. The Patriots wasn't blitzing. It's against sacks.
They called them Blitzburg. They literally blitzed 51%.
So the Patriots wasn't blitzing.
The Pittsburgh Steelers blitzed.
How many times did you get sacked?
51%.
How many times did you get sacked in that game?
The Pittsburgh Steelers blitzed 51% of their defensive snaps, and they have.
So the Patriots
the
Patriots didn't have good coverage.
And this is no. Name who's on that team? Who was on that team? Other than J.C. Jackson, who's on that team?
So you
Matt Judon?
Matt Judon's dropping in the coverage?
Exactly. Matt Judon was getting pressure on the quarterback.
No,
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Oh, my God.
Yes, he was.
Pro Bowler.
A Pro Bowler.
Matt Judon.
We're not talking about an All-Pro. We're talking about a Pro Bowler. And he put up 81 yards.
Well, you get a lot of pressure to you. You're not going to throw up for 300 yards. You know what I'm saying?
81.
And when your coverage is so good,
the kickoff, they put you at the 25. That's 75 yards to go. He drove the entire length of a touchback and 6 additional yards.
So the defense is
that's not even a full series and a first down. And you gonna sit here and tell me that he was clearly a better option?
And how can the Patriots had a better game?
He put up 7 points, and he didn't even score it. Nick Chubb got it.
Barely. I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that if the coaching staff thought that Case Keenum could have got the job done, they would have put
Case Keenum could have done the same thing. 5-5. I'm not.
He couldn't have done 5-5.
You know what? Let me just say this. Having Jacoby Brissett as a backup is a nice thing to have now in Cleveland.
For sure.
So with that in mind, the producers have been yelling at me. We must go to the next topic.
Let's just move on to the NBA. Because we've been heated on this Baker Mayfield topic for about 15 minutes.
Got a lot of great stuff.
But shout out to Case Keenum.
Yeah, shout out to him.
No, don't shout out him.
you just-
You
just not-
No, don't shout out. Hey,
He's just not better than
no, don't shout out
50%
Case Keenum
Baker.
after you just slander him on the
That's
on the
not
air.
slandering him.
No, it's okay though.
He's just not better than 50% of Baker Mayfield.
It's slander, but all right, go ahead. All
not
right,
slander.
all right, whatever.
why he not
Let's move on to the
starting
NBA. I didn't. Move on to the NBA. Frank Vogel has been released from his job.
Shocker.
We knew that was coming. You didn't know it was coming?
I knew it was coming.
Oh, okay.
You had a face. Like,
You had a face like you were shocked.
No,
Like, all right, go ahead.
Why would I be shocked?
my Frank Vogel.
Frankie V? Not that guy. But it's kind of disappointing because like all the blame shouldn't be on him. Obviously, yes, she could have been better rotation. Obviously, better in like just game manager. Obviously, that's obvious, right?
Yeah, we all know that, yeah.
But to put it solely on Frank Vogel is kind of a terrible take because the players got to play. Like just like we're coaches, right? We can do whatever we can to coach these kids up, coach these men up, but at the end of the day, they gotta go out there and produce.
That's facts.
I mean, certainly the injuries didn't help.
I mean, injuries don't help at all.
I understand injuries, but everyone was injured this season. There's a lot of injuries going. Like besides Jokic, Jokic's probably the only one superstar that was healthy the whole year.
But what I would say, because I agree with you. I don't like
You can't
that Frank Vogel's being scapegoated in this regard. But we also do know
He
how this
has a
works.
healthy chunk of responsibility.
We know that the coaches are usually always the first to go when there's a epic failure like this was.
Number 1 defense to number 17, 16.
17,
You're
yeah.
gonna have to say epic failure.
I mean, they missed the play-in. They
Yeah.
couldn't be better than they. You only had to be as good as a third of the league.
That was worse than 2018 Lakers.
I mean, like,
That should be a topic we should talk about. That team
We
versus
shall.
this team. That's gonna be a thing.
but yeah, I mean, I think, I think we saw the writing on the wall. What I'm interested to hear from you guys is who would you like to see replace Frankie V in LA?
Well, before I just want to know: are we talking about like coaches who are like still in a job, or are we like, or just like free agent coaches?
How can you get a coach if that he has a job already?
I mean, like
they
assistant
can leave a
coaches
job.
leave a job. You know what I'm saying? But like, are we like any coach is possible?
Yeah, like, I mean,
Any coach besides Jason Kidd because he's not leaving.
Any coach that's not like been at a team for a while.
Yes.
So like Eric Spoelstra or like
Exposure stay
Greg
man forever.
Popovich or like
people who like obviously wouldn't be looking for a job. So what you got, E?
I'm always been like a big fan of Dwayne Casey. I wouldn't be.
Hey, I think he'd love the chance to get out of Detroit.
Yeah, I think maybe LA might suit him well. Dwayne Casey gets
I think yeah.
for a guy who's been a coach of the year candidate or like
No, he
winner.
won it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
fired him the year he won it.
It's not as far as LeBron just took over. Like
Now that's an unfair firing.
yeah, like you fired me because I lost to LeBron. Like how many people lost to LeBron and they fired him? I won coach of the year. Are you gonna fire me?
Basically everybody other than Steph Curry.
Yeah. If I had to,
Come on now.
if I had to shoot, for a coach to come to LA, it'd be Dwayne Casey.
Okay.
I'm gonna list off some names that's in the free agency for coaches.
Yeah.
So we have Mark Jackson. I heard his name. I heard his
After
name.
what he said about LeBron's wife.
Oh,
Listen. We got Mark Jackson. We got George Karl. We got Mike Malone. We got Jeff Van Gundy. I heard rumors about him.
That would be interesting.
Mike D'Antoni. Avery Johnson. And I'm pretty sure there was somebody else, but I can't remember.
I got a couple on here. So
Nick Nurse, yes.
yeah. So assuming Nick Nurse
He's not free agent.
is
gonna say,
relieved
like-
of his duties, he would be an interesting candidate. They also talked about, with the way if the 76ers fail to make a deep playoff run, that they could be firing Doc Rivers. And if so, LA would be an interesting place. Gets back to LA. He goes to the Lakers this time. But
No to
I
Doc
don't
Rivers.
think-
No to Doc Rivers.
for a guy who's like been so stacked in like
I know.
teams and only winning one finals. I think.
After he did with the Clippers, no to Doc Rivers. No.
what do you think about Juwan Howard?
No.
No,
Okay.
not yet. I think he still has to work his way into college first. Like he's been there 2 years.
That's a hard no.
I think 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
So yeah, he has to prove something in college first before I just make him a coach because I know his name.
Okay. Terry.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but like not right now. Go ahead.
Terry Stotts.
I like the name.
Former coach of the Blazers.
I like Tyler Scott's. I don't know if the team right now this constructed we're working with his play style, so I'm not sure.
I mean, he's used to playing with like one. I mean, now the knock on him is that he's only used to managing like one superstar, and that would have been Dame. But Dame and LeBron, you talking about 2 different stratospheres of player.
Yeah.
Even though somehow Dame snuck onto the 75
Who's
team.
the ex-coach of the Rockets?
D'Antoni.
I'd like to see D'Antoni at the
Yeah,
level.
but
They're already a bad defense.
Yes, I was saying D'Antoni is strictly offense. Like the offense wasn't. I mean, it wasn't great, but like it wasn't the problem. It was they can't play defense. They would literally have 20-point leads and blow it at the end of the game.
Just think about the Oklahoma City games.
They had
19 and 21 points at the half,
and they
lost
still blew it.
both of those games, including the one they lost by like 13 or something.
So offense wasn't the problem. They could score anybody. They can't defend nobody. They have too many old guys. Carmelo was never a great defender. He was okay when he was younger because he was more athletic, whatever.
Right.
But now he's 37. He's not catching nobody unless he's in the post. He can probably guard post players, but how many times people are in the post? Besides Joel Embiid, Jokic, and he's not guarding those 2 guys. He's not guarding Giannis. All the post guys he can guard probably won't be in post. He'll probably be on the 3 line or setting screens.
And when we know that LeBron likes David Fizdale.
He won't be a coach.
Yeah, I think he's a bum coach anyway.
Take that for data.
Okay.
I think for me, I like Mike Malone and I like Mark Jackson.
I think if LeBron can put aside that he said that he would,
he got to square up, dog.
knock it out the park.
Nah, he got to square up. He got to square up.
I think if he can get over that, then
The first day of training camp, we're squaring up. I'm not listening to you.
you said it on a nationally televised
No,
game.
we're gonna square up from 7 years ago, whatever that was. We're gonna get the gloves on. We're gonna square up for this, and then we're gonna start training camp.
Because he did build a great team in Golden State.
Yeah, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Like,
No, you don't. You really don't. Because they didn't start winning until after Steve Kerr got there, or like really winning.
No, it's just unfair. I don't think. That stink.
So it'd be interesting to see who ends up as the next.
Avery
coach.
Johnson's an interesting name that they put on this list.
That is an interesting name. I don't think he's gonna come back to coaching. Although I think if they blow it up in Utah, Quinn Snyder would be interesting to see.
He's good defense. They need defense.
And that's what they need.
Yeah,
so I'd like to see Quinn Snyder. with this
Yeah,
team.
so we'll see about that one. Speaking of the Lakers, let's talk about their future. They have no picks.
No future.
Till
it's clearly
20.
free agency market at this point.
What money they got? Fam. You know
They
who's
got
suited up for that team? Wendell Gabriel.
Okay. Let's take a moment, right? Let's say they get Westbrook off the wages.
Well, they're talking about moving him this offseason.
Right. So who's in the free agency right now that could make the team a lot better?
Let's look at the numbers first right now. Obviously, they're cap. They have no cap.
They are cap strapped.
So right now they are negative $48 million.
So even if they get off of him, they still ain't really gonna have no bread.
Well, they can finance.
You know who they'll be out? They'll finally be off of Luol Deng's contract, so that would be $11 million they'll get back.
Yeah, but listen. Here the numbers, right? You got with Russell at 44. You got LeBron at 41.
Right.
And Anthony Davis at 35.
Dang. So
Taylor Horton Tucker's at 9.5.
Get him
Kendrick
out of there,
Nunn's
too.
at 5. Finesse bag.
get him out of there too.
They might keep him because they.
I don't know. I think this might be a classic LeBron teardown.
And then you got the next 4 guys at 2.6 on veteran minimums.
That's what Melo and
Melo, Bradley, Ellington, and Howard.
okay.
2.4 for
Everybody but Melo gone.
Bazemore at 2.4. Malik Monk.
Get him out of here.
Malik Monk is gonna get back, so like he's not gonna be 1.7 no more.
But if he can, if they can work something out, I think they should bring Malik Monk back. He was the only bright spot of this team.
Wait for it. Gone.
Austin Reeves was at 9. They don't keep it. They don't keep it.
You said 900,000.
Yeah.
I was going to say nickel. What? 9 what?
$9 okay.
When they do that?
Stanley Johnson made $800,000.
$800. They ain't got Wyndon Gabriel on the books.
He's at $30,000.
Is that even? Can you pay somebody that?
10-day contract. That's why.
I bet you they just like, yo, LeBron, you think you can cover this one? I'll be like, yo, LeBron.
Hey, LeBron, can you? Come on, man. You got a lifetime deal with Nike. Come on, bro. So some interesting unrestricted free agents. We just gonna rapid fire. I'm gonna go down the list. Y'all tell me yes or no. Gary Harris.
No.
If you bring him back to Blink Monk, no, I'm not taking him.
Okay. Zach Levine Saunders. Andre Iguodala.
No.
No.
Thaddeus Young.
No.
Well, because Melo can't play defense. Thaddeus can't play defense. So he's an option.
Okay.
Still no.
Joe Ingles.
No.
Yes.
Why not? Why not Joe Ingles? He's a knockdown
He's
shooter.
He's hurt now, but you know
That's what I'm
when he
saying.
gets back. When he gets back.
But that's even more reason why he could be more likely. They could probably pay him like what? Like 4?
In LA, this guy we had to make him swing to say
But
yes.
he's injured. That's why I said no. Like they already have injury on the team. You add more injuries.
Hey man.
Joe Ingles, man.
Yusuf Nurkic.
I like that.
Some
Yes.
real center play.
He's
But
always
again,
hurt.
He's always hurt, and his defense.
But his injuries
defense
are
is
never
so slow,
like his
yeah.
injuries are never like crazy though. Like
But he's never available.
he played like I think he played 60 games last year. That's all I need.
If
60.
anything, you'll like miss him for like 2 months.
Yeah.
All right.
TJ Warren.
Yes.
He didn't get a new deal. Oh,
No, he was injured his whole year.
Indiana said, "Dog,
Yeah.
you better figure it out."
I mean,
TJ Warren is a better Trevor Ariza.
Robert Covington.
I am a Robert Covington fan. Yes.
So that means you got to take off coming off the Bucks because he ain't no way he playing behind Covington, Warren, and
That's a
But
sacrifice
that's-
I'm willing to take.
Okay.
okay, there we go.
At that point, it's like you're just in there for the nostalgia for Melo.
Jeremy Lamb. Okay.
If you keep Kendrick Nunn, no.
Yeah, if you really added TJ Warren.
I mean, it's not you adding every guy. This is
I'm
just
not saying, but like we said TJ Warren, we said, what's the name you just said? The small forward,
Covington.
Covington. Yeah, we're not gonna take.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Now some bigs out there. Derek Favors.
Nope.
Yeah, he's not a defensive player.
Okay.
He's a good offensive player, but not defense.
Ibaka.
Yes.
I will always pick Ibaka, even though he's just like
Yeah.
not in the
Do you
basketball anymore.
explore the option of bringing back Montrezl Harrell?
I don't think he would, but
Now, yeah, I don't think he would
don't
want to
think
go
he
back to
would
the
either.
Lakers. So
He's hurt now, but Thomas Bryant,
he's a young center. He's very
very athletic,
Yeah, he can get you double quick.
really good defender.
Yeah, yeah.
He won't get bullied by anybody, even the elite centers. Like,
Yeah. He can put us,
they'll still put up like 40 on him. Like,
but like he ain't gonna easy.
I don't think that was like the best way to say.
No,
it.
he-
but I'm talking about like Joel and like Jokic, like you know what I'm saying.
Well, then they got to double team that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't
still get 40
Yusuf
on him.
Nurkic ain't gonna give him 40. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
I mean, that's a good option.
Marvin Bagley.
Nope.
No,
Okay, that was definitive. PJ Tucker.
You know what? He's always going to be a good piece where
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
a
going to
good-
score, but defensively, you always can
yeah,
get.
you need a lot of defenders. Yeah, so I'll take PJ. We got a lot of forwards. You need guards
Oh yeah, you know.
because Kendrick Nunn. I
You
don't know
can
what.
you can bring Dennis Schroeder back.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna come back.
Oh, okay.
It's not that they shouldn't get him, but like
I don't think Pat Connaughton.
Not a bad shout.
He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
He's a good shooter.
They need shooters. Yeah, that's a nice shout out. Any point guards?
And he's really good at defense.
And then guard. You got a lot of guys who ain't.
They might get Rondo back. You know, Rondo's on the.
You know what? Every time Rondo goes somewhere, he's getting traded to another team. Nah.
That's true. He never stays wherever he lands.
That nigga expendable now.
They really not like Austin Rivers.
Not bad pick.
And that clears up this segment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
All right. Not Austin Rivers fans over here.
Yeah, I think he just closed this part out.
If you felt like he was in high school, then yeah.
He did have a crazy high school life.
Yeah.
And on that note, Minnesota in our hearts. We will catch you guys next.